Hi, my name is Annalicia, and I'm going to be helping with the IM3 Midterm review. So first we're going to start with Unit 1 with functions and their inverses. So in order to solve and get the inverse of this function, what we want to do is we want to switch the positions of the x and the y. So we're going to put the x where the y would be, and then we're just going to write the normal equation switching the x and the y position. Now we're just going to follow normal solving for x. So we're going to add 5 to both sides. So x plus 5 is equal to 2y. And then we'll divide both sides by 2, and then your inverse for this equation will be y is equal to x plus 5 divided by 2. For the next equation, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to switch the position of the x and the y. So x is going to go on the y side, and then you're just going to normally write the equation. Then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to add 5 to both sides. So x plus 5 is equal to 3y squared. First, when you have this, you're going to start with dividing the 3 on both sides. So we're going to divide by 3, and then you get x plus 5 divided by 3 is equal to y squared. And then after that, you're going to take the square root. So then your answer will be x plus 5 divided by 3 equals y. And then for the last equation, again, we're going to switch the y and the x. So x is equal to 2 times the square root of 2y minus 3 minus 5. First, we're going to add 5 to both sides. X plus 5 is equal to 2 square root of 2y. Then we're going to divide both sides by 2. Then when we have the square root, in order to cancel it out, we're going to have to square both sides of the equation. So then it's x plus 5 divided by 2 squared equals 2y minus 3. And then you just add 3 to both sides. And then you divide the whole equation by 2. So your final answer is y is equal to x plus 5 divided by 2 squared plus 3 divided by 2. So for the next unit, it's logarithmic functions. But first, we're just going to start by solving for x. So in order to do this, you have to switch from an exponential function to a logarithmic function. So instead of being 3x equals 81, it's going to switch to log of 3 of 81 is equal to x. So this does equal 4 is equal to x. And then the next one, you're going to do the same thing. But this time you're switching the logarithmic function to an exponential function. So you're going to write it as 5 to the power of 2. And then this one, 25 is equal to x would be your answer. Now for inverses of logarithmic functions, you're doing the same thing. You're just switching an exponential function to a log function and then a log function to an exponential function. You're just going to switch 9 to the power of x, and you're going to convert this to log 9 of y is equal to x. Or in this case, you could also do log 9 of 9x is equal to x. And then this one, you're switching a logarithmic function to an exponential function. So this is your answer, and there's no exponent. So we're switching it. 5 to the power of y is equal to 3x. And then to simplify it, divide this by 3. So then you get 5 to the power of y divided by 3 is equal to x. Next is condensing or expanding logarithmic functions. So with the first one, we're going to be expanding. So we have log of 3 equals 6 plus log of 3 equals x. Because adding is the same as multiplying logarithmic functions, and subtracting is the same as dividing. So we're going to add these two. This one, log of 10, or just log, is equal to x minus or divided by log of 9. The next one, we're going to condense the equation. So it's going to be log of 8 is equal to 9 divided by x squared. When we have a number in front of the logarithm, it's the same as having an exponent where the answer. So you just move that when you're condensing your equation. And last one, log of 4 is equal to x to the power 5 times 9, or 9x. So that's unit 1 and 2 with functions and their inverse and logarithmic function. I need a
Hello, I'm Francesca, and I'm going to talk about how to do synthetic division. So if we start off with this polynomial function, we're going to look at the coefficients of each of these and write it down. So 3, -7, 9, -14. And then you put a box and you're dividing it by x minus 2. So you put the root over here, so that should be 2. So the first thing you do is bring the 3 down. And then you're going to multiply these two to give you 6. So -7, you add these two. So -7 plus 6 is -1. And then you multiply these two. So you do -2 in here. And then 9 minus 2 is 7. And 2 times 7 is 14. So the goal of this is that this last term is going to cancel out when you add it. And since it does, 14 minus 14 is 0. You're going to forget about that and then just keep these 3 coefficients. You remove like an x from each of these. So that's going to give you 3x squared minus x plus 7. And that's how you get your answer when you divide this by x minus 2.
Now we're going to do polynomial functions and solving them with long division. So when you have a polynomial that you're dividing by that has a coefficient in front of the x, you have to use long polynomial division. You cannot use synthetic division. But any other time when the x isn't there or the coefficient isn't there, you can use synthetic division. But we're going to use long division today. So you're just going to write out your problem like a normal long division problem. And then you're going to be solving by what can multiply to this, and you can still get a number that fits into your equation. So we're going to multiply 4x cubed, because 4 times 3 is equal to 12, and then x cubed times x is equal to x to the 4th, and then you're going to subtract that. And then you're also going to multiply this by the 5. So then we're also going to subtract 20x to the 3rd. So then you're just left with this. And so you have -24x squared plus 20x plus 35. So when you have a negative number, you're trying to do the opposite to cancel it out. So instead of multiplying by a positive number, we're going to multiply by a negative number, because essentially you're subtracting the answer that you get, and if you subtract a negative number, you're technically adding the number. So we're going to multiply by 8x, because 8 times 3 equals 24, and x times x equals x squared. And then we're subtracting a negative number. So essentially we're adding the numbers together and canceling out the -24x squared. And then you're going to do the same with the rest. We're going to add 40x. And then that's going to get us 60x plus 35. Now you're just gonna multiply this, so then 3 times 20 is equal to 60x, so then we're gonna do minus 60x, and then minus 100, and then you get -65, and that's just going to be your remainder. So when you're writing the equation, it's going to, or the answer, it's going to be 4x to the 3rd minus 8x, and then plus 20, and then when you were writing your remainder, you're going to do minus 65 divided by 3x plus 5, and then this is your answer. Okay, that was units 1 through 3 on IM3 midterm review. Wish you guys good luck on your midterms. Bye.
I am Jenny. I'm the one behind the camera, and I was just gonna let y'all know, like, if you need more in-depth stuff on 4 and 5, since I know we didn't get to those because of time's sake, feel free to come talk to me. Leave a comment below, or as always, book a tutoring session down at our website. Thank y'all for watching.